I was talking with one of my friends in the business in Toronto the other day, and they were saying how short they are on inventory in Toronto. And they're still, if it's priced right in Toronto, they're still experiencing bidding wars. Well, good morning. Let's do a shallow dive into what everybody is talking about right now, and that's the fact that the Bank of Canada has decided they're going to hold their rates. But before I do, let's just quickly touch on the stats that happened here in Fort Erie and Niagara over the last 7 days. So what we've seen is the inventory is starting to rise. The number of sales that are taking place in each of our marketplaces is down slightly this week over last. For example, in Fort Erie last week, we sold 12 units. This week, we sold 9. In the inventory in Fort Erie currently is at 252 listings, whereas last week it was at 238. So that is up. In the Niagara region, the average price point right now is $628, whereas last week it was at $683. The inventory in the Niagara region is up almost 75 units this week over last. So let's take a little shallow dive at what the Bank of Canada's announcement and how that's going to affect our local market here in Fort Erie and in Niagara. Now, I was talking with one of my friends in the business in Toronto the other day, and they were saying how short they are on inventory in Toronto. And they're still, if it's priced right in Toronto, they're still experiencing bidding wars. Well, here in Niagara and in Fort Erie, we are not seeing very much of that because we have right now in Fort Erie 6 months worth of inventory, which means we're a balanced market. Now, I'm not saying there isn't competition, but it's rare these days. But if the Bank of Canada decides to hold rates, I know right now they are, and we're hoping they'll continue to do so. Inflation is at 5.9. If that comes down and they do continue to hold those rates, what's going to happen to our real estate market? Let's take a look at that. Well, right now, buyers have great opportunity. They're not in bidding wars. The average price point across Niagara is down significantly. I said it significantly from where we were at the peak of the market in 2022 February. So opportunity is great, but if those rates continue to hold, and we hope they do, what we're going to see is an influx of buyers coming into the market. And when there is an influx of buyers and a shortage of inventory, which right now we're balanced, we start to see those bidding wars again. So what we take away from this right now is there is an opportunity here for buyers that need to get into the marketplace. Your rates are still decent, they're holding. The inventory is good. We're balanced at 6 months worth of inventory here in Fort Erie, and the price points are down significantly. If that isn't a call to action, buyers, then I don't know what is. As always, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like this video, comment on the video if there's anything that you want to hear about. My videos are short, they're informative. I'm here to help. Have a great weekend.